Have you ever reflected on why certain women captivate men to the point of a haunting obsession while others, regardless of their intense efforts, appear to dissolve into the background? It is not due to a lack of charm. Rather, there is a deep feminine energy that the majority never access. It is this specific essence that functions as a potent elixir at the unconscious level. According to Carl Jung, every genuine bond between individuals arises not from dialogue or deeds, but from a collision of spirits that triggers ancient, hidden forces within them. When a woman instinctively embodies this archetype, she transforms into the very treasure a man has perpetually longed to discover, even if he cannot articulate it. Put simply, men are not hooked on you, they are hooked on the sensation you provoke. They crave a woman who is simultaneously familiar and enigmatic, gentle yet detached, present yet slightly out of reach. She represents a spiritual tempest from which a man finds no exit. In this presentation, I will uncover the 7 veiled layers of feminine energy capable of sparking a primal fixation in a man's psyche, moving beyond mere aesthetics to the profound reaches of your soul. Some of these dimensions may startle you, as you have lived with them without ever recognizing their power. Remain until the conclusion, for the final revelation will not only make him preoccupied with you, but may also inspire you to perceive your own identity in a completely transformative light. Within every man's spirit exists a vision of a woman he cannot describe. It does not originate from the people he encounters in daily life, but from his inner core, from the subconscious, from legends, and from ancestral memories inherited through countless generations. Carl Jung identified this as the anima, the internal feminine archetype residing in a man's heart and mind, an inseparable fragment of his existence. The anima is not a perfected woman defined by cultural expectations. She is not necessarily a reflection of his mother, a former partner, or any singular stereotype. Instead, the anima is a blend of sentiments, visions, and instincts that a man thirsts for but does not possess. Qualities like softness, emotional intensity, sanctity, and enigma. When a woman enters his reality and unintentionally triggers these emotional strata without obvious cause, he feels pulled toward her like a fundamental force he cannot fathom. This marks the stirring of a man's most profound essence, where logic has no authority and reason cannot interfere. Because it exists beyond his command, it evolves into an obsession. Jung suggested that when the anima is sparked, a man no longer perceives a woman as just an individual. She becomes a symbol. Consequently, he does not merely love her, he hungers for her as if he is searching for a piece of himself. The anima frequently reveals itself through women possessing emotional fluidity, a wandering spirit, and a certain elusive nature. They are not consistently soft or perpetually fierce. They transition like water, at times motionless and appearing tranquil, yet with a tiny gust, the entire surface shifts and mirrors an unpredicted light. She can be nurturing in one instance, intellectual in the next, then suddenly sharp and courageous without any warning. She is unpredictable, not because she is deceptive, but because she dwells authentically in every layer of her feelings. Like water, she can transform into mist, solid ice, or falling rain. She is every version of herself, and every version is genuine. She does not dread showing her fragility, yet she never surrenders her autonomy. She does not pursue men because she is too occupied cultivating a lush inner world that men can only hope to visit, never own. Jung maintained that if a man fails to comprehend the anima within, he risks falling into obsession or false idealization. He may believe he is deeply in love, but in reality he is chasing a projection of his own internal shadow mirrored through the woman standing before him. This explains why some connections are magnetic, yet chaotic and agonizing, because the man loves the internal image she activates rather than the actual person. The anima is not triggered by bending to the desires of others. Thus, a woman does not need to master these theories to influence the anima. She only needs to live with transparency, refusing to distort herself for societal molds or suppress her true nature. It is her completeness, her intricacies, and her paradoxes that light the fire of primal obsession in men. So the significant inquiry remains: how can a woman reach the anima without understanding the terminology? How can she stir those fundamental emotions without using tricks? The solution is found in the 7 feminine secrets I will now disclose. Before we proceed, I appreciate you selecting us from the many choices available. Your involvement is a major motivation in our mission to share Carl Jung's deep wisdom with a wider audience. Please support us by liking and sharing this content to pass these insights to your social circle, or post a comment saying, "I am ready to start this journey together." There is a basic, yet frequently ignored reality. Men are not addicted to you as a person. They are addicted to the internal shifts you create. Those sensations do not stem from being pleasant or attractive, nor from being constantly agreeable or passive. They grow from emotional movement, something that leaves him startled, vibrant, curious, and unable to turn away. This is emotional contrast, a potent psychological effect rarely discussed. It is not a maneuver, it is a natural impulse. It involves creating a peak of intensity and then falling into silence. It is about making him smile and then leaving a space that makes him want to understand you further. It is the ability to shift from radiant to thoughtful, from soft to blunt, and from inviting to aloof without losing your integrity. Carl Jung once remarked that the meeting of 2 personalities is like the interaction of 2 chemical elements. If there is a reaction, both are altered. For that reaction to take place, an emotional charge is required. Emotional contrast provides that charge. Like touching a high-voltage wire, it sends a shock. A woman who displays only a single emotional note, always pleasant, always cheerful, always accommodating, will eventually become forgettable. However, a woman who dares to inhabit all her emotional colors makes a man yearn to investigate her because he never feels he has entirely solved her puzzle. Psychological studies indicate that contrasting and sudden emotions are powerful catalysts for dopamine release, the chemical responsible for thrill, longing, and bonding. The instances of "she isn't what I anticipated" are when he is most captivated. This is the same logic behind why people become absorbed in games, cinema, or complex relationships, not because they are consistently enjoyable, but because they are never stagnant and always present a new mystery to solve. Picture this. A woman might be playfully joking, engaging everyone. But when a serious subject arises, her gaze changes, her pace slows, and she shares something genuinely sincere. The man observing feels a shift inside. He is startled and intrigued because she contains depths that others cannot foresee. That is when his anima is stirred, as she triggers something outside his conscious control. What is the mental reaction? It is empathy, focus, and occasionally a slight sense of being off balance. The man is no longer just physically interested. He is pulled into your emotional narrative. A woman who permits herself to live so transparently in a world of masks becomes a fascinating variable. He cannot categorize her or predict her, and therefore he cannot regulate his own reactions to her. Emotional psychology also demonstrates that people retain memories of experiences with high emotional variety much more than flat ones. If you are merely pleasant, he will find you likable. But if you make him laugh, touch his soul, spark his curiosity, and leave him slightly restless when you are absent, you become an emotional landmark in his psyche. You become a space where predictable women cannot compete. A man, regardless of his strength or logic, will begin to feel drawn into an emotional state he thought he could avoid. However, emotional contrast is not about being erratic or chaotic. It is the structured flow of different emotional layers. Jung viewed humans as a collection of opposites, light and dark, known and unknown, masculine and feminine. When a woman allows herself to show all her differing sides, the man interacting with her is drawn into a journey of integrating his own being. He is not just attracted, he is awakened by the primal feelings she ignites. In a contemporary world where life is fast and expected, a woman who offers emotions like a book with unexpected plot twists keeps a man reading, terrified of missing something vital if he stops. The fascinating part is that emotional contrast isn't learned from dating guides. It is the natural byproduct of a woman connecting with her internal landscape, unafraid to walk through every mood, including the darker ones, and accepting them as beautiful parts of her whole. When she realizes she can be both a cold stream and a roaring fire, she no longer just attracts, she awakens. Emotional contrast pulls men in, but what makes a man unable to erase you from his thoughts? Share your reflections in the comments. Perhaps we can all find a new angle. Here we explore the second secret, the energy of self-mastery. A woman may hook interest through her emotional variety, but she inspires permanent longing when she is whole within herself, not requiring a man to validate her existence. Jung once noted that the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. A truly magnetic woman does not need a partner to feel complete or love to prove her worth. She does not need to be picked to know she is valuable. She is an entire universe before anyone arrives and remains so after they depart. She does not wait for someone to save her. She loves and cares for herself daily. In modern psychology, emotional self-regulation, the capacity to handle one's own feelings without needing outside approval, is a type of mental fortitude few possess. Many people are too used to hunting for validation through devices, messages, or the attention of others. This often causes women to make a relationship the absolute center of their world, as if a delayed text or the absence of a specific phrase causes their entire internal structure to collapse. By contrast, a woman with self-mastery can feel deeply and love with intensity, yet none of these feelings cause her to lose her foundation. She still follows her routine, finishes her work, connects with friends, and pursues her hobbies. She finds fulfillment in her own existence. This energy, which is non-clinging and self-sufficient, is precisely what makes men want to stay close. Jung explains this through individuation, the process of becoming one's authentic self. He believed that only by moving away from societal roles and exploring one's true nature can a person reach maturity. A woman who enters a relationship before she knows who she is risks vanishing into the other person. Every word or action from a man then dictates her happiness. Conversely, a woman who has found herself does not offer her heart as a deposit for affection. She offers love because she chooses to, not because she is empty. She isn't easily manipulated by hollow promises and doesn't cling to the bond. She lives within the connection but is not drowned by it. She can love with her whole heart, but if the other person departs, she does not disintegrate. She feels the pain, but she stands upright. Her center was never outside of her. Behavioral psychology reveals that people place higher value on what is rare. Emotional self-mastery is the rarest form of scarcity in romance. A woman who waits desperately for a reply or abandons her life the moment a man asks to see her will not be valued as highly as the woman who says, "I have plans, but we can catch up later." That isn't being cold, it's being centered. Men feel that difference in their core. Self-mastery isn't just a magnet, it's a shield. It protects you from low-effort connections and from overextending yourself. A woman who can say no and walk away creates a deep, lasting allure. She attracts partners who recognize her high value and want to earn their place. But when a woman is already whole, what makes a man want to investigate her even further? What keeps the attraction alive when the initial spark settles? It is the one thing the mind cannot figure out, yet the heart pursues: mystery. And true mystery is found not in what you say, but in the space you leave behind. Here, we aren't discussing mystery as a game of acting distant or playing hard to get. Those are shallow tactics that fail quickly. What truly fascinates a man is the gap left unfilled by words and unexplained by logic. Carl Jung referred to this as the phenomenon of projection. When a man does not entirely grasp who you are or cannot decode your every thought, he isn't limited by facts. He fills in the blanks with his own imagination. You become more than just a person. You become an enigma and a mirror of his own soul. This explains why men often say they can't stop thinking about a woman even if there was no fireworks moment. The ambiguity and the refusal to reveal every detail linger in his mind, urging him to know more. When every question is answered instantly, curiosity vanishes and desire follows. You don't need to hide secrets to be mysterious. You simply avoid revealing everything at once. Don't tell your life story just because someone is listening. And don't be an open book that can be finished in one sitting. True mystery is about keeping your sacred parts reserved for the right depth of connection. For example, if asked about your past, a wise response is, "That is a part of my story I share when I feel we are closer." This reveals depth without giving away the details, leaving room for his emotions to engage. In psychology, the Zeigarnik effect shows that people remember unfinished tasks more than completed ones. The less resolved you are, the more he wonders about you. That mental lingering is the foundation of obsession. A woman who lacks this space often wants everything to be perfectly clear. From the very beginning, I share it all. This encompasses my career, my former partners, my personal beliefs, and my specific likes and dislikes. It appears to be a display of transparency and vulnerability. However, if every detail is disclosed immediately, a man finds no motivation to delve deeper. You have handed him the entire story before he has earned the privilege of knowing it. Jung observed that mystery is intended for exploration rather than explanation. This principle holds weight in the realm of emotional chemistry. Men do not require a full disclosure to experience affection. Instead, they need to perceive you as a continuous voyage rather than a final stop. They must sense that you possess hidden layers, profound depths, and internal worlds they desire to uncover, but cannot demand access to. A woman of true intrigue does not behave this way out of a calculated plan. She does not pull back simply to be pursued or remain quiet just to be noticed. She merely chooses not to offer her innermost self to fleeting encounters. She does not withhold information to play games, but because she understands the worth of what is left unsaid. This is not a form of psychological deception. It is a natural urge to safeguard the richness of her spirit from being consumed too quickly. That very act of protection serves as a compelling lure. A mature individual will understand that she is not effortlessly reachable. If she eventually decides to reveal more of herself to me, it will be regarded as a precious gift. Those who are only looking for something easy will drift away, and that is a positive outcome. Not everyone is entitled to reach the inner sanctum of your being. The next secret involves discovering fulfillment within your own company. Even the most alluring mystery is just a passing shadow if there is no genuine light shining from within. So, what compels a man to be more than just curious, making him stay to comprehend and reach further? It happens when he realizes that you do not rely on him to make your existence interesting. You are already inhabiting a colorful world of your own making, and if he is lucky, he is granted an invitation to join you. There is a contradiction in the nature of attraction that few truly grasp. The more you chase, the more you drive things away. The less you strive to fascinate, the more fascinating you actually become. Jung once remarked that the most daunting task is to fully accept oneself. When a woman reaches this point, when she no longer seeks external validation for her charm, beauty, or worth, she emits a natural, effortless magnetism that is impossible to mimic. This is the delight of her own existence. Being self-amused is not a mask of cold independence. It is the quiet thrill of living in alignment with your true self, regardless of an audience. It is found in the moments you spend preparing a meal alone, humming a familiar tune. It is laughing privately at a whimsical old thought. It is wandering through a city and genuinely savoring the environment without needing to document it for social media or seek approval from others. A woman who knows how to provide for her own happiness creates an atmosphere of comfort for those around her. She does not attempt to dominate or cling tightly. She does not wait for a partner to mend her loneliness because she is already whole. When he arrives, he is welcomed. When he is absent, she continues to enjoy her night, a captivating book, a classic melody, or a casual walk. She does not exist in a state of longing to be picked. She chose herself a long time ago. Social research indicates that people are naturally drawn to those who project a calm yet spirited energy, a state of being that is free from the urge to control but full of life. Self-amusement is the essence of this energy. It makes others feel as though they have entered the presence of someone living sincerely, without the need to prove a point or hunt for a reaction. The irony is that when you aren't trying to force a laugh, people find themselves laughing most easily around you. Carl Jung believed that nothing impacts children more than the unlived lives of their parents, and this logic applies to romance as well. Nothing holds a man's attention more than the aura of a woman living a life without constraints. A man might admire your outward appearance, but he becomes truly captivated when he reflects on the way you live your life. The way you erupt into laughter at a simple video, the way you move uncoordinatedly in the kitchen to a song, or the way you recount a story with passion about a minor detail that brightened your day, like finding a specific candy or meeting a friend at a shop. These details might seem trivial to the world, but they matter to you. Your willingness to let those moments be significant and to live honestly in those small beats is what differentiates you. This self-amusement does not require a flawless life. It requires self-permission. Permission to take pleasure in small things, to fail without being your own worst critic, and to be happy, mournful, spirited, or relaxed without offering an excuse. Such a woman doesn't need to overcomplicate her words. She speaks about what brings a sparkle to her eyes. A man is attracted not just to her words, but to the way her face lights up as she says them. Crucially, this inner joy makes you less susceptible to pain. You do not hand over the keys to your happiness to someone else. If he departs, you do not lose your internal balance. You may experience sorrow, but you will still show up for your life the following morning. Buy flowers for your home and find beauty in the color of the sky. This persistence of self, which remains steady regardless of another person's presence, is the definition of freedom. Another secret is being entirely present in every single moment. Even the most vibrant inner joy cannot reach another person if you remain locked inside your own world. The vital question is, when you are with another, are you truly there? This means more than just speaking. It involves a total presence and active listening, a focused energy that connects without distraction. A person who can be happy alone is living for themselves, but a person who makes another feel seen and validated in every shared moment is the one who inspires a man to remain because he feels genuinely present with you. This feeling of being truly seen is one of the most profound requirements of the soul, yet it is incredibly scarce today. Jung described the process of self-development not only as gaining awareness, but as the capacity to be fully engaged in current reality. It means you aren't just coasting through a chat, checking your notifications, or waiting for your turn to talk about yourself. You are there, observing and responding from a place of depth rather than habit. Evidence suggests that men have a strong desire to be with women who listen without offering immediate corrections. For instance, when he discusses work tension or personal doubts, he isn't always looking for a solution. He simply wants to voice his thoughts and feel understood. If you jump in with your own stories or advice, you might stifle his vulnerability and his urge to share. Sometimes, your quiet presence is the most powerful support you can give. This is known in psychology as emotional attunement. When you are fully present without forcing an outcome, your energy aligns with theirs. They feel relaxed and speak with more honesty, revealing things they have kept hidden. When someone feels they can be their true self safely in your company, you become the person they always want to return to. This presence isn't built by practicing conversational tricks. It comes from the strength to handle silence and raw feelings without rushing to fill the void. A man may meet many talented or beautiful women, but if he finds one who allows him to feel that he doesn't need to perform or keep things light, he will feel safe on a level far deeper than physical attraction. That connection is born from pure presence, not technique. In the world of healing, it has been noted that the presence of a centered person is more effective than any clinical analysis because those who are struggling don't need to be explained. They need someone to stay with them without judgment. Men, despite how they may appear, need this more than they often voice. A woman who is truly present isn't just a partner. She is a steadying force that everyone feels. We must also consider the concept of strategic scarcity. When a woman is present in the moment, she makes others feel alive. But what lingers after she leaves? One of the most potent drivers of attraction is this idea of scarcity. What creates longing is not what is always available, but what can be reached yet never fully owned. In psychology, we value what is rare or slightly out of reach. Jung noted that the mind moves between sense and nonsense, and people are drawn not to what is perfectly logical, but to what makes their imagination wander. This is why a woman who remains somewhat unpredictable is the one who stays in a man's memory. Strategic scarcity is not a game of being cold. It is about not making your presence a constant, absolute thing. It is about having a life that doesn't stop for a text or a call. If you are always there, always agreeing and always responding instantly, your presence becomes predictable. Predictability is the enemy of attraction. Imagine a scenario where, after a long week, you are enjoying a quiet morning of yoga or reading. A man you are seeing asks to meet right then. You might want to see him, but instead of canceling your own time, you respond that you have plans and suggest meeting later. You aren't being distant. You are simply respecting your own time. The man receiving that message may feel a momentary disappointment, but it is quickly followed by respect. He sees that you value yourself and that your time is something to be earned. This is where a real bond begins to form. He understands that while you choose him, he is not the center of your universe. This makes every hour spent together feel meaningful. Scarcity also comes from not being the one who always initiates every interaction. If you always lead, he never feels the need to try. Human nature appreciates what requires effort. When you allow for space and silence, he begins to think and wonder about you. This period of reflection is when a connection takes deep root. Jung said that what we do not acknowledge within ourselves appears in our lives as fate. Many women who fear being left behind compensate by being overly available or constantly proving their love. But being too accessible actually lowers emotional value. It isn't because you aren't enough. It's because you've allowed total access before any investment was made. A woman who understands this uses it to protect her own peace. She knows her worth and lets a relationship develop at its own pace. She isn't playing a game. She just has a full life. This sense that you cannot be entirely possessed is what inspires a man to invest. This leads to the final secret: allowing a man the chance to show up. When you create enough room, he begins to put in more effort to earn your attention. We do not value what comes without a struggle. This doesn't mean love should be hard, but that emotions grow deeper when they are nurtured through action. Jung suggested that what you resist grows. Similarly, people are motivated by what triggers their drive to contribute and prove themselves. A man will not fully bond if he isn't given the opportunity to invest in the relationship.